Welcome to the intro. I hope you enjoy the video. Hey guys, D-Man here, doing another Rick and Morty theory. This time about Evil Morty. What else is there to make series about? I'm just joking. I'm sure there's a few things to make series about, including Bird Person, but I don't have any series about that yet. Although I have heard of a theory where Rick, like Evil Morty and Bird Person, and also, I forgot her name, sorry, but Bird Person's girlfriend still, or wife still, maybe? The person that's controlling Bird Person are gonna, like, team up and fight against, like, our Rick and Morty. That'd be pretty cool to see, pretty interesting, but, other than that, I don't really have any theories on Bird Person just yet, but I might think of some, who knows. But I definitely have thought of a few things about Evil Morty in the franchise, obviously. So I have 4 theories, and they are very interesting in my opinion. So the first theory is that next season they're going to have another episode with Rick and Morty, but this episode, or did I say that? I bet next season they're going to have another episode with Evil Morty, not Rick and Morty. Obviously, pretty much every episode is with Rick and Morty. But next season they're going to have another episode with Evil Morty, but he's going to be fighting Rick and Morty, and at the end, it's not going to be our Rick and Morty. I feel like the creators would do something like this, because they like to be trolly sometimes. I definitely feel like they would make a whole episode of Evil Morty fighting Rick and Morty, at the end, basically kicking their ass and winning, and then we find out that it wasn't even our Rick and Morty, because it flashes to our Rick and Morty, and they're like, just talking about something random, and it didn't even affect them at all. That would be hilarious, because maybe Morty needs something from a different Rick and Morty that wanted to fight against him, or something like that. And there's going to be little to no clues that it's a different Rick and Morty, but maybe there's going to be solid hints. But at the end, he's going to win, and we're going to be like, oh my god, but then it's going to pop back in like an end credit scene where it's just like, oh hey, like, I don't even think we're in this episode or something like that. That'd be hilarious, and I definitely think the crew would do something like that. The creators of it would do something like that, because they get kind of trolly sometimes. So I definitely think they'd have a whole Evil Morty versus Rick and Morty, but it didn't even turn out to be our Rick and Morty. That'd be hilarious. But that is one theory. So let's move on to the other 3 theories. So these 3 theories are going to be cut up into 3 theories, obviously. That was dumb to say. The first one is going to be about how Evil Morty is going to basically get to Rick and fight against him. The second one is going to be about what Evil Morty's after, what his intentions are. And the third one is going to be about how it's all going to end. How the confrontation's all going to end. And let's get into the first one. So the first one is, how is Evil Morty going to get to Rick? I think that there might be a chance that he will use this Beth and Summer and Morty against Rick. And even Jerry, but to a lesser extent, because Rick already hates Jerry. So I think that he might brainwash Beth and Summer to hate Rick, and maybe even Morty, but I think he might pretend to be Morty to brainwash Beth and Summer, but he might not. He might just go to them and say, like, you're Rick's evil, or your Rick and Morty are evil, and I'm your real Morty, and they're evil because they, like, locked me up or something like that. What should make Beth and Summer and Jerry hate them. And he might even take Morty onto his side, what should make the whole family hate him, and then basically make Rick feel really depressed and stuff. As we know, this ending of this season, supposedly Rick's the lowest on the totem pole of the family, and he really cares about this family, which I don't really get, because he abandoned his last one, which was supposedly his original one. I don't know if it was his original one. It was supposedly. quote unquote, supposedly. His original, like, Beth and Summer and Morty, although he brought that Morty with him, still. So he abandoned them without a second thought, yet this one he has such an attachment to for some reason. I never really got that. And so did Morty, like, he abandoned his old family with, like, no thought, and then this one he has such an attachment to him. Although he did have some thought, but this one he has way more of attachment to than his old family, which I never really got. That's kind of weird. That Rick and Morty cared more about this one than their old reality, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. That's just a little tangent I went on. Anyways, that would put Rick in a bad place because he basically made, like, Rick's whole family hate him, and he really cares about his whole family. So it would make him easier to fight against and easier to get whatever Evil Morty's after. Then again, I think that Evil Morty might use his family to kidnap or kill or do pretty much anything. So, let's see. If he kidnaps them, then Rick has to go save them, obviously, because he's Rick and he cares about his family, even though he didn't care about his old one. But whatever. And it'd be funny if they brought Jerry, because I think Rick would try to leave him behind, but Beth and Summer and Morty would make him go get her. So I definitely think that Evil Morty might try to capture their family and basically make Rick come after him. And then maybe win, maybe not win, and maybe even plant himself into Rick's life. Maybe he'll switch places with Good Morty. Maybe he'll make Good Morty somehow brainwashed into thinking that he's Evil Morty, and he'll go with Rick, and the whole time it will be Evil Morty, and Good Morty would be, or our Morty would be at the Citadel with the other Ricks and Mortys. That'd be pretty cool, huh? Just Evil Morty walk around with Rick a bit, and then at the end we realize that was Evil Morty this whole time because he just pretty much fucks over Rick, and somehow Rick has to pull a win out of his ass and go get his Morty back. That'd be really interesting to see. And then again, he could just kill the whole family and be like, "What up, bitch?" And Rick would have to go after him, and then it'd be this epic fight where he's just like, "You killed my family," and Morty would reveal what he did to him, and he'd be like, "Well, you did this, or you took this, or blah blah blah," and just try to kill him, and it'd be awesome, it'd be hilarious. Just to see that happen would be awesome. But I definitely think the one I want to happen most is for him to capture the family, and then replace Morty with himself. So he'd be Evil Morty, but walking around with Rick, and like sabotaging him and stuff like that, and just going around with him until he can finally realize his plans. That'd be awesome. And at the end, we didn't even know, but at the end, we figured it out. That would be awesome. Okay, so now on to the third theory. So this theory is all about what is he after? As we know, Evil Morty is after something that our Rick has, because when he had Evil Rick with him, the robot Rick, he would kill other Ricks and steal their Mortys, yet our Rick, he took with him and started to do memory, like trace back his memory to look for something, and then he was going to kill him. So Evil Morty is looking for something in Rick's mind, I think. Or else, why would he do that and then kill him after he looks through his mind? And a lot of people might say, well, Evil Rick did say he was like 2 steps behind Evil Rick. Like, our Rick was 2 steps behind Evil Rick, and maybe that's why, because he's almost evil and he's not super evil. I don't think that's the case. I think it's because he has something in his mind that Evil Morty wants. What it is, I don't know, but it'd be pretty interesting to see what it is. So that brings me to the point of what it might be. As we all know, Rick and Morty likes to... Hey, kitty. As we all know, Rick and Morty likes to go off of like Easter eggs and stuff for Gravity Falls. And I think it'd be a big reference to see if Rick and Morty did the same thing where like Ford had this little crystal ball sort of thing. It almost looked like it had a galaxy inside of it, and when you smashed it, basically time, space, and reality just started to rip apart, and it gave Bill Cipher power, and it basically just started to destroy everything, right? So I'm thinking, what if that's what Rick has? What if he has something like that, and only our Rick created it, or our Rick accidentally created it, and that's what Evil Morty's after. He just wants to destroy everything because he's a dick. Or maybe he's working with the evil entity like Bill Cipher, but not Bill Cipher. And when the evil entity comes, it will kind of be like Bill Cipher. And Rick and Morty will have to fight against it because maybe he'll get it, maybe he won't get it. I just think that'd be a cool reference to have, to see that he's actually after this like dimensional destroying thing that will just like create chaos and stuff because he hates the whole entire world or something. Or he hates everything. That would be awesome. But then again, I do feel like Evil Morty has a personal vendetta against our Rick. What for? I'm not sure. Maybe our Rick did something to him. Maybe he was original, his Rick. But he does seem to have a vendetta. So I don't know if he's after a specific thing or something that Rick did to him and he wants to like murder him for his revenge, obviously. And we know that Rick has mind erasing gun, and he erases Morty's mind and Jerry's mind and probably Beth and Summers, but we don't know about that yet. I'm thinking that he might have erased his own mind and put it somewhere, and that's where that memory might be hidden, where Evil Morty needs that memory, and he might have to go into their house and find where Rick stashed his own memory, pretty much. That'd be pretty cool to see, if he had to go in there and find where Rick stashed that memory. Which would be interesting to see, obviously. But, as I said, I do think it's more personal and vendetta-y than anything else. But it would be cool to see, like, that little reference to Gravity Falls. Okay, so the next one, just wait a second. Sorry about that little interruption, but the next one on our list is going to be about how the solution of the conflict with Evil Morty and our Rick will end. Okay, so this is another reference to Gravity Falls. We know that Rick has a mind eraser gun, and we know that he's made something that can go into people's heads, into their dreams, where he can go into their dreams and just do a bunch of stuff. We know that he's made an object like that. So what if either Evil Morty or one of his Ricks that he has as his employees now remake that into being able to go into people's memories instead of dreams? And then we see Evil Morty go into Rick's memories, and we actually get to see his actual memories because Evil Morty's a lot smarter than a bunch of stupid fucking aliens. Aliens have tried this before, but I'm pretty sure Evil Morty could pull this off. Just by pure force if he has to. That would be really interesting and really awesome to see. So, Evil Morty, if he does that and he goes into Rick's memories, I think that either Morty, like our Morty, or Beth, or Summer, or Jerry will pick up the gun and shoot Rick in the head, erasing everything that Rick is and everything that Evil Morty is. Basically making them, just average people that don't remember anything. And that would be really interesting to see, because that would be a total reference to Gravity Falls and be totally awesome. And now that I think about it, we could actually kill off our Morty, because Rick has backup vials for him and Morty, so he could bring himself back and then put the backup vial for our Morty on Evil Morty's body. And then our Morty would have Evil Morty's body, but it would still be our Morty because he would have our Morty's memories. So that might happen. That might be cool, huh? like our Morty gets killed, and we're all like, oh my god, and Rick's just like, oh no, and he has to like fight him, and then at the end he loses, but they erase both their memories, so Rick, well, I guess Summer at this point puts Rick's memory back, and then Rick puts Morty's memories back into Evil Morty, and we get our Morty back because Morty previously died. I'm just saying that'd be really cool to see if that actually happened, and it'd be really impactful for like the first few episodes if Morty died. And I think this would be a good thing to have, like, one out of two things. Either one episode where Evil Morty's attacking them, he ends up killing Morty, and then at the season finale, he comes back to attack them again after Rick has been depressed for, like, 1 or 2 episodes. He comes back to attack them again, and all of a sudden, bada boom, bada bing, he gets his mind erased, and we get our Morty back because he puts the helmet on him, and he's just like, you're my Morty now because I'm giving you all his memories. That'd be awesome. Or we get a 2-part special, an hour special of Rick and Morty. Maybe not an hour special, maybe like spaced out between weeks. But the episode before the end of the season, and then the season finale where they finally conclude the arc of Evil Morty against Rick. That'd be awesome to see 2 episodes, one involving Morty dying, and then one involving the evil Morty fighting Rick and eventually getting their minds erased. But that's just a little theory I had, that maybe they'll get their minds erased. Maybe they'll have like their memories back if Rick restocked it, I guess. And then maybe Evil Morty will turn into our Morty. Who knows? That'd be pretty interesting though. Which would be awesome. So that's basically all the things I had to talk about today. All the things I was thinking about. Just Evil Morty doing evil stuff and Rick trying to stop him because he's Rick. How is it going to end? What is he after? I'm not sure. It would be cool to see if he was after something like in Gravity Falls, like the dimensional rift. But it would also be cool to see if he was like had a vendetta against our Rick. And it'd be cool to see if they have to get their minds erased at the end. Another Gravity Falls wink. And it'd be even cooler if Morty dies and that's how they bring him back. Which brings the question, can Morty and Rick even die because he has backup memories of them? So wouldn't that mean all they would have to do is put it into a different body? And then bada boom, bada bing, Morty and Rick are back to life? Even if it was a different body than their own, they could always just go and pick a new body of their own. Because there's infinite Ricks and infinite Mortys. So they could always go to the Citadel and just get 2 new bodies that are exactly the same. Or they could get 2 new bodies, 2 new bodies. I'm just saying, that'd be interesting to see because it'd be awesome. And maybe that means they're technically immortal because they can just keep on switching the younger and younger bodies with their memories. Especially if that body like has no brain activity, and then they can just like, boop, now I'm you. That'd be interesting to see. But anyways, that's my theory video. Hopefully one of these comes true. Maybe some aspects of these come true. It'd be pretty awesome. But if you liked it, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And as always, my friends, stay sane. Peace. Hey guys, just reminding you to like this video, leave a comment if you want to, and share it if you want to as well. Click the circle to subscribe, or click the square to watch the next video. Or actually the rectangle because it's not a square. But remember my friends, stay sane. Peace.